Yeah. Check the mic, 1, 2. Cook a mellow on the frequency. From the indies to the big stage. Every territory, every promotion. Locked in. WrestleCast radio. Yeah. Ryan Cook and Alex Mello, guardians of the ring, analyzing every lariat and every high-fly wing. We're global with the coverage, checking every single feed, giving every wrestling fanatic exactly what they need. From the neon lights of Tokyo to arenas in the States, we're debating all the legends and the upcoming greats, dropping knowledge on the history, the work rate, and the draw. When the bell rings loud, we're the ones who see it all. It's WrestleCast radio, coming through your speakers loud, feeding the energy of every single wrestling crowd. From the Tokyo Dome to Garden, we bring the heat, cooking mellow on the track, making the cipher complete. Yeah, we talk the game, we live the fight. WrestleCast radio, rocking through the night. Yeah. We're diving deep into the Dragon Gate, the speed and the soul. Then we're shifting over to Noah, where the heavy hitters roll. New Japan Pro Wrestling, where the Lions find their pride. All Japan's triple crown, yeah, we're taking you inside. But let's get to the talk, it's burning up the wire. Mia Hara and AJPW, he's preaching to the choir. Kento is a king, but the castle's getting small. It's time to leave all Japan, time to give the world a call. Imagine the dream matches, the stages he could grace, instead of staying stuck in the same familiar place. It's WrestleCast radio, coming through your speakers loud, feeding the energy of every single wrestling crowd. From the Tokyo Dome to Garden, we bring the heat, cooking mellow on the track, making the cipher complete. Yeah, we talk the game, we live the fight. WrestleCast radio, rocking through the night. Yeah. Don't forget the stardom queens, the glory and the grit, every Joshi masterpiece. We're breaking down the hit, then we pivot to the west, where the landscape's changing fast. AEW's revolution built to thrive and built to last. WEUE, the spectacle, the stories and the fame. We cover every angle of the sports entertainment game. No buyers in the booth, just a passion for the craft. From the main event spotlight to the bottom of the draft. If you love the squared circle, then you're in the right spot, with the hosts who keep it moving while the iron is hot. From the strong style strikes to the entertainment flair, if there's a ring in the canvas, you know that we're there. Cook's got the stats, Mello's got the vision, making every single take with surgical precision. No robbers, WrestleCast radio, coming through your speakers loud, feeding the energy of every single wrestling crowd. From the Tokyo Dome to Garden, we bring the heat, cooking Mello on the track, making the cipher complete. Yeah, we talk the game, we live the fight. WrestleCast radio, rocking through the night. Dragon Gate, Noah in the New Japan way. Stardom and the dub, yeah, we do it every day. Kento, it's time to fly, leave that crown behind. WrestleCast radio, one of a kind, cooking mellow, we're out. Cooking mellow, we're out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live late night here, as in just about 97 minutes, if you will. The 2026 New Japan Cup will be kicking off. I'm very excited this year, as we've talked about. Wrestle Kingdom was great. New Beginning in Osaka was great. The new beginning in America at Trent, New Jersey, I believe was a great show. There's a lot of momentum. There's some stuff on it that really scares me. Main event tonight one, or semi-main event of night one here tonight, honestly, is one of the things. But I realized in our normal, Thursday night, Wednesday night, that me and Alex would record, this is kicking off already. And we didn't have a chance to really get into it too much. So I just wanted to kind of break down the brackets here and just kind of give my thoughts of where I think it's going to go and who's going to win. Just about half hour ago, something like that, I posted myself, Nate, and Kyle last night did a draft of the New Japan Cup. So it was a lot of fun. I think Nate had, I won't spoil it. I'll let you guys listen to it because it should be posted there live now. And once again, appreciate to everybody. We got to the 5,100 plus downloads in 5 months, which for taking a year off is very, very surprising. It's actually better following than we had, I think, before, and that was, nice to see. So it's made me more encouraged to continue to keep pumping out this content, and that's what gets it here today. So thank you, everyone. coming on and listening and all that. And as I said, we're live on Twitch as well, so we're doing kind of like a dual stream here, Twitch and YouTube. So this will be live on YouTube, or posted on YouTube. It'll be on the Red Circle, Spotify, all that stuff, Apple, but it's also going to be on the Twitch. So we're trying it to see how it works. Maybe it's something we do going forward. Who knows? But the New Japan Cup 2026 kicks off in just a few hours. It's the first 3 nights are all in Tokyo. I believe they're running Korakuen tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, Korakuen tonight and Korakuen tomorrow, and then I believe on the 8th, it's at the 6th. Excuse me, it's at the Oda City, because that is also the anniversary show. Duki and Master Wato for the junior title, as well as the Ichiban Sweet Boys, Kosei Fujita and Robbie Eagles taking on Robbie X and Taiji Ishimori, the Unbound Company. So 2 title matches on top of the 2 tournament matches as well that night. 4 nights of tournament action for the first round, as you can see on the screen right here. And I just want to break it down and kind of talk myself through where I think this tournament's going to go. Now, I think tonight we're going to see Yuya Uemura beat Great Khan. And I hope they have Aaron Wolf beat Don Fale. If Don Fale beats Aaron Wolf, I think... I said on the New Japan Cup draft last night, if Fale beats Wolf, you've officially told me I shouldn't care about this guy. And I'm sorry. Whether that's what people want to hear, whether that's what I want to hear, whether that's what I want to see happen, because no, I don't think anybody wants that. I think everyone was really excited, looking forward to, Aaron Wolf, especially after the Dome. But, that Ren Narita thing sure told us different. But I think, I'm going Uemura and Aaron Wolf tonight. Tomorrow night, we get Taichi, Ren Narita, and El Phantasmo, Bolton Oleg. In a perfect world, Taichi would win, because then we get him and Ishii, the partner, kind of going at it. But I think we're going to see Ren Narita win, especially since he's an ever champion. I believe they're trying to establish him as the new sort of leader of the House of Torture instead of just getting rid of it, which is what I was hoping. So we'll go Narita, and then we have Phantasmo, Bolton Oleg. I think with Oleg beating Ishii to get the strong title back, I am going to go Bolton Oleg to get the victory here. I shouldn't say back, but to get the strong title. I think Oleg wins it, and I think, kind of like the Narita thing, you're going to push the champion. We go to the other half of it, Yoshihashi, Jake Lee. Jake Lee, that's probably my biggest lock, I think, of this whole thing. And then Callum Newman taking on Oscar. This is also, as I said, on the anniversary show. I'm going Callum Newman. Non-spoilers to our draft, but... and then on the 8th, closing us out on... What do we got? The 8th is a Sunday. So Sunday, we're already going to be done with the opening round. This tournament moves quick. It's 2 tournament nights a show. So if you're somebody who doesn't care about being a completionist and watching everything, you can get in and out in under 45 minutes usually. So, in theory, a half an hour. So super, super easy to watch this tournament. And this is probably the best of the first 4 nights. I guess the anniversary isn't bad, because Hashi Lee should be a fine, like an okay match. You got 2 House of Torture matches, night 1 and 2. So I already am not worried about those. But Jake Lee, Hashi, Oscar, Callum Newman should be fun. But we get Shota Umino, Chase Owens, which, Owens is Owens. But probably the most anticipated match of this opening round, Yuto Ice and Ryohei Oiwa. We got to go Yuto Ice on that. I love Oiwa. I feel like you could do Oiwa to Sabre, which would be kind of fun, but I think they're going to go Yuto Ice, and I think we're getting Shooter winning. We move on to the 10th. Drilla Maloney, Yuya Uemura. Now we're going to come back. We're going to come back to this. Aaron Wolf, Shingo Takagi. Shingo, I think, wins that. If you can't have Aaron Wolf beat Narita, he shouldn't beat Shingo. But I think Shingo could get something out of the kid. And we don't want to see Don Fale make it to the second round. Let's be 100% realistic. So I don't see that coming into fruition as well. So we'll put Shingo into the round of 8, the quarterfinals, I guess is what you would call it. Down below, Narita Ishii. We got to go Narita. I'm sure, once again, the champion reasoning is why I'm doing it. And I think I have to... God, I would love to see Hanare advance. I would love Hanare Ishii. Oh, but I don't think it'll happen. I think we're going to go Bolt and whole leg. I think they push the 2 new champions. And then it's just a matter of where you want to go in the next round. We move to the other half. Hiroki Goto, Jake Lee. You know, I'm going to go Goto. I think Goto's going to beat Jake Lee. And the reason I say that is because I'm going Callum Newman over Hartley Jackson. I don't think they would want to do Jake Lee, Callum Newman, with them being in the same faction. So I think doing Goto and Newman, who I believe, was it Sakura Jenna? I can't, no, it wasn't Sakura Jenna. Can't remember the show. You know, let me just, it was on my match of the year list last year. Oops, I don't want to pull that up. Sorry. Not on my match of the year list, but I mean, like, it made my, it made my list of 5-star matches, and I don't know why. King of Pro Wrestling, mate, no, that was when he lost the title. Damn, I'm struggling here. Sorry. Let me figure out this. I keep saying we're live, pal, just like I said. They wrestled at Wrestling Duntaku, Goto, Callum Newman, back in May. Okay. So I feel a little bit better about that. But I am going to go Hiroki Goto, Callum Newman with Newman over there for that match. And then there's no way Yujiro, it feels so good, is beating Shooter. So Shooter goes to that quarterfinal. And as much as I would love to see Yuto Ice beat Zack Sabre, I don't think it happens. But I also think that there's a chance that because of the promo, because of the momentum he has, that maybe they do put him over. But for the sake of the predictions, we're going to go Zack. So that gives us Goto, Newman, and Shooter, Zack Sabre on the right side of the block here. Drilla Uemura is so interesting because I still think in a perfect world there's a chance that we see Umino and Shooter go back and face... Oh, see, now... Because if I'm going through that logic, if I'm talking myself into this, and that's why I wanted to do this, if you have Yuto Ice beat Zack Sabre, Shooter can beat Yuto Ice to... We're changing it. Yuto's beating Zack. Unless they want to give Zack and... See, now I'm really talking myself into a shoot. Because now I'm like, okay, does Hartley Jackson beat Callum Newman? Yuto Ice... Or does Oscar beat Callum Newman? And you get Hartley, Oscar, and Yuto, Zack Sabre. Because that would set up... You could have one win, one lose. But I think I'm getting too technical. We're going to keep Callum Newman over there. We're going Yuto Ice, Yuto over Zack. And then we're going to have Umino beat Yuto. And then that's going to set up the Uemura Umino tag title match at Sakura Genesis, where I think they'll probably take the titles. But I'm still going to put Uemura over Drilla. We're going to put Uemura over Drilla. But I would not be shocked if Drilla won, cutting that after he cut that promo about, you know, hey, I'm here, because in theory that could give us Drilla versus Shingo, but you know what? I think I figured it out. See, this is why I love doing this. Umino's going to beat Drilla, and then Shingo's going to beat Uemura, because then that way, if Shooter beats Yuto and then they win it at Sakura Genesis, getting the title match, Drilla and Shingo can make the walkout, and Shingo can say, hey, I beat Uemura, so we're your next challengers. And that's how you get their first defense. So I think that's the route I'm going to go. I should write this down. So I'm going Shingo over Uemura, which I'm probably going to be wrong about that. I don't think Shingo's making it that far. God, are they really going to push Shingo? I'm going Uemura. We're going to Uemura. Change it. Flip it. So Uemura, and we're going to go Ren Narita beating Bolton Oleg. So we have Uemura and Narita God, there's so much House of Torture shit on this left block. I would love it to be Oleg Uemura, but I don't think it's happening. I think we're getting Narita Uemura on the 20th. And then Callum's going to get his win back over Goto on the 17th from that Dontaku. And then we'll go Shooter over Oiwa, like you said. So that puts us our final four at Uemura and Narita, Callum Newman, Shota Umino. I'm going to put Uemura over Narita, put Uemura in the finals. And I'm going to go Callum Newman over Shota Umino, giving us Umino and Callum Newman in the finals. And I'm crazy with it. We're going to put Callum Newman as your 2026 New Japan Cup winner. Do I think he beats Yota Tsuji? Probably not. But I feel like Callum Newman is in a spot to be, was it 2024? New Japan Cup winners. I think it's 2024 is what I'm thinking of. We're just going to make a scroll through just to be safe. 2025. Okay, 2024, Yota Tsuji won it. 2 years later, he wins the whole thing. I lost, obviously, to Naito. And then 2025, David Finlay. That's what I was thinking of in 24. He loses to Hiroki Goto, Sakura Genesis. So it's not necessarily where somebody's going to, Newman needs to win it. But, I mean, it's happened. You go back 2023, 2022, 2023, you had Zack Sabre and Sonata won. Sonata beat Okada. Zack Sabre didn't. So 3 of the last 4 have lost. But, you take that run before it. Evil won, beat Naito 2020. Okada won 2019, beat Jay White at the G1 Supercard. And then, you had Shibata and Zack a couple years before that, losing to Okada again. So, if you take the last 10 winners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you got a 5-5 split. Naito, Okada, Evil, Ospreay, Sonata all won. Finlay, Tsuji, Shibata, and Zack twice all lost. So, rhyme or reason, it's hard to get a good pulse on it. In the landscape, there's always more losers than winners. And I don't see, as I said, Callum Newman winning it right away. But I tell you what, I would not be shocked if he wins this whole tournament. I truly believe Callum Newman, with the entrance he had at New Beginning, beating David Finlay the way he did, getting that new moniker, and just where he is. I mean, Callum Newman, I think he might be one of my top 5 wrestlers in the world. Or he's becoming up there. Cause he's so good. Prince of Pace. And I know he got a new moniker now, obviously, but yeah, I think looking at this tournament, that's the way I'm gonna go. And here's the thing too, is New Japan Cup always has a lot of things you don't expect. Like, would I be shocked to when this show starts in an hour and a half that Great Okan and Don Fale beat Uemura and Drilla? No, I wouldn't be shocked. And then that would, and yeah. I mean, we're in a good spot here. New Japan has done a really good job with this tournament. I love the randomness of the buys, whether they truly do give them random or not. They sure make it feel like it is randomized. So I enjoy that. The product has been there. And, I mean, shit, who doesn't love tournament wrestling? You're the number one company that does it. So I think we're in a good spot now where, Dragon Gate just had Uno Dos Tres, so they're kind of building to their next big show. Noah just finished their junior tag league. All Japan's gearing up for the Champion Carnival next month. You know, and you figure AEW's got Revolution next weekend or 2 weeks from now. Then they start gearing up for the Owen Hart tournament. So we're kind of getting into tournament season. You know, the way it stacks up, and then, you know, we get to the summer, and then we got Stardom with their Grand Prix. But, you know, the Cinderella Cup, I believe, is starting soon, too. So there's a lot of good tournament stuff going on. I'm actually curious when that starts. Cinderella Cup 2026. Stardom. Yeah, so there's a lot of fun coming up. I'm interested. I'm here for it. I'm glad we're getting good Puro, and ultimately, I'm just glad New Japan is starting to really hit. Like I said, they've been doing. So this wasn't long. Didn't have any intent to make this really too long, but I just wanted to come on here and get this on audio since we haven't had a chance to get on and give you our feeling, or at least my feeling, of the New Japan Cup. Hopefully, we'll be sitting down with you in the next day or two, and we can kind of start breaking everything down. You know, in a perfect world, then that way we're only, you know, 4 matches in on the tournament. So, have a lot to talk about, a lot to do. But I want to thank everybody for coming on here and checking out this dual cast of the WrestleCast. And we will catch you all next time.